What's relevant? Little children making drones.
Not often you meet
little children making drones that want to blow up weddings in China. That's what's relevant. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Hugo? There's no children making drones for America to blow up weddings in China. Well, what if I told you weapons company founded by 21-year-old lands a U.S. Army contract? What if I told you that? Released 10 hours ago by NBC News. A real goddamn fucking patriot. Not just sitting there and making content like motherfucking Alex Jones. This man puts his money where his mouth is. How does he have money to start a drone company? I don't fucking know. But I appreciate his goddamn patriotism. He wants to kill more foreigners without risking the lives of sacred American troops. Big drone make boom and China bad. That's what I heard he says here. Let's see it.
21-year-old with his own autonomous drone weapons manufacturing facility. But this is Ethan Thornton, and right now he is rethinking the future of warfare with China top of mind.
It's
We gotta throw the fucking drones at China.
not hard to look at China's dominance and realize that
But to an extent, like he's got that business mentality. What do I mean? Like, I don't know, if you're selling water bottles, you're constantly going to talk about how everybody's underhydrated and they need to hydrate more and they need to buy more water bottles. And your water bottles got all those good minerals, which are very important, et cetera, et cetera. Well, when you're selling weapons, you gotta, your marketing is basically saying, oh, we're going to use these weapons. Oh, you definitely should spend $1 billion on my company because you want to blow motherfuckers up with it. Crazy fucking story.
we need to be working very, very hard as a country if we want to maintain relevance.
And what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, and then, a fucking classic NBC. He says, uninspired, psychotic fucking warmongering. We switch to a shot of the Chinese army shouting very, very authoritatively. Look, they actually, like, the editor is like, yeah, brother, look how scary the fucking Asians are.
Working very, very hard as a country if we want to maintain relevance.
And while China has
There you go. Oh my God. The NBC is literally like, yeah, we agree with this warmongering psychopath.
been putting on quite the show of military might, when it comes to scale, Thornton imagines a very different alternative than the high-tech, sophisticated U.S. arsenal that we're all used to.
One of your missions seems to be trying to imagine what warfare is going to look like, not in 10 years, but in 20 years. You're 21, so that's literally a lifetime for you, and yet not too far down the road. How do you see the future of warfare in 20 years?
To me, what's most concerning is you can look at ultra...
Bro, you're 21, just go like, fuck, man. Go play airsoft if you want to feel like a big man. I mean, he wants to fuck, but he wants to fuck up people.
large
He
scale
wants his product doing high-end penetration of skulls and decapitation of brown children.
strike with very, very cheap assets. So if you can find a way to get very small, like $400 to $1,000 drones by the millions above populated areas.
Let me just try to visualize that. So
Above populated areas, bro?
millions
You're not supposed to say that part.
of these very low-cost drones descending over a populated area.
What you'll see it used for is taking out all of your cell phone towers, taking out all of your high voltage power transformers, taking out your cranes and ports, like essentially just stopping your industrial machine.
His company, Mach Industries, received a Pentagon development contract and has already raised hundreds of millions of dollars to think outside the military-industrial box.
How much?
Your industrial machine.
His company, Mach Industries, received a Pentagon development contract and has already raised hundreds of millions of dollars.
Nah, this guy's dad is a general. This guy's dad is an ex-Pentagon guy that came out and then couldn't sign contracts directly with the Pentagon, so he signed it through his son. Just signed it through his son. He's doing what us Eastern Europeans do when we don't want to pay tax, but we want to buy a car, so we make grandma buy a car. Grandma, please buy this S-Class, because ain't nobody going to grandma and being like, Grandma, where do you got 150,000 euros from? But these guys are doing with hundreds of millions of dollars and with death machines.
To think outside the military.
He started with hydrogen-powered projectiles, blew himself and a few engineers up. Dude still has shrapnel in him. This guy for real? Oh my God, he's even on Forbes, man. Fucking love you, chat. Maple, everybody go give Maple a follow, please. Can we have a shout out to dear friend of the show, Maple? Forbes, Ethan Thornton. Okay, Thornton će to bate, dođi ovde bate. Šta bre mrš, hoću da te čitam. Ethan Thornton dropped out of MIT where he was studying aerospace engineering when he received... Read the fucking... For those of you who are only listening in, I need you to open your screen. The world's wealthiest and most influential fascist tech bro is unironically funding hundreds of American military corporations as a means to expedite direct conflict with China, including 21-year-olds. With 3-year-old Mach Industries, he wants to create better defense systems for the U.S. and its allies, fueled by hydrogen. In October, the firm raised $79 million, led by Bedrock Capital at a valuation of $335 million. Thornton's ultimate goal is to solve the challenging problem of hypersonic defense. So, like, you get a guy like Peter Thiel to, for example, shove like $10 or $15 million into your thing, which to him is literally absolutely nothing. Then with 10 to 15 million, you can hire whatever engineers you want, and you create some prototypes. Then with those prototypes, you go to the Pentagon, you talk to other people that are, members of the Thiel Fellowship, and unironic, basically at this point, right-wing, we want World War III fascist cult, unironically. You find your contacts in the Pentagon, as well as different guys that are looking for what to spend money on in the Pentagon. They see, okay, this kid has received funding already, so it's an easy investment from us, and he's already got projects developed, he's already got people hired, etc., and then they start throwing up to $335 million at you. It's a glitch. It's an unironic capitalist glitch of extracting as much fucking money as possible from the Pentagon. It's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. It's like Marx made a mistake when he was like, capital can simply reproduce capital. Because in modern capitalism, you can transform capital into ideas that don't actually have to create products, but simply by being believed in by the right people at the right time can expedite the recreation of capital from capital at a far faster pace than almost any industry in the past. It's fucking crazy. You get a backer to grossly inflate the value of your dumbass company so you can go win contracts while being able to take a loss for years and years. That's literally it. But they are true believers, Peter Thiel and everybody in his little cult. So they do want to make more guns, more explosive drones, more shit that can actively do wedding carpet bombing. The guy that founded Bedrock Capital is apparently now having a ChatGPT-induced psychotic break too. These guys are. This is what happens when you give people that I don't know, deserve to be in a insane asylum for highly violent repeat offenders. When you give them billions of dollars, this is what we're looking at, which is an inadvertent. Unavoidable consequence of deregulated late-stage capitalism, because you need like more and more violent figures that are willing to defend a system that is not, worth it for anyone else to defend. Except for literally evil motherfuckers.
Industrial box. And that means...
I guess woke ChatGPT. Thank you, Comrade GPT, for fucking up the brain of this guy.
...means churning out as many cheap, deadly drones as possible. The kinds of systems that have transformed the modern battlefield in places like Ukraine. But before drones ruled the skies, Thornton remembers watching the opening moments of the invasion in high school and realizing warfare was about to change forever.
You have very, very legacy assets, convoy of tanks all rolling basically single file. And now there's this class of weapons that you can use to pretty much immobilize those things immediately.
But when it comes to manufacturing drones, there is no country that
Guys, literally, that's why I believe on average the quote unquote nerd subcategory Redditor nerd is the most fertile ground for developing reactionaries of the highest caliber. This motherfucker was in high school, probably doesn't even know how to charge a fucking Glock clip, right? In under 20 minutes. And he was already like, I read on the forums that the columns of Russian tanks were easily disposed of by cheap Ukrainian drones. At that moment, I went to Reddit and I posted, cheap drones are the future, and I had 10,000 upvotes. Now, fully encouraged by my Redditor brothers, I have decided to dedicate my life to this pursuit. More things that can blow up in people's faces. It is truly a great time to be alive. And then an incredible mentor popped up from somewhere and said, yo, bro, I saw your Reddit post, bro. You kind of low-key based. I got billions. I'm going to give you billions to make your Reddit post into reality. Holy shit. My Reddit post into reality, bro. Whoa, let's do it, bro. Yeah. Oh, God.
is close to China, currently able to build hundreds of thousands of drones every month.
If we're making a quadcopter and China's making the same quadcopter, we'll lose that fight 10 times out of 10.
For him, if Chinese manufacturing is their greatest advantage, it should be the biggest target. And his focus has been finding ways to try and quickly flood adversarial skies with cheap autonomous weapons.
It's a high altitude dropped long range.
We only hire white people in my fucking company. We are strictly zero Asians in this company. You never know if those shifty Asians are working for the goddamn Chinese.
Black bomb.
He calls this
They got the communism in their blood.
project Glide.
With one Glide, you could take that factory out of operation for 3 to 6 months. So let's say you're taking 3 million quadcopters out of the fight with one Glide. And that's really the asymmetric offset you're looking to provide.
The specific details of Glide are still secret, but Thornton did show us prototypes of Viper.
You and I could go and set up hundreds of these things in a parking lot somewhere.
Think portable Hellfire missiles, but with more payload that can both take off and land if needed.
It'll come in essentially a plastic case. That case will open up and become the launch stand.
And one of the highest flying ideas being workshopped at Mach, Stratus, built around an old and inexpensive kind of tech, balloons.
I think in future conflicts, we will see hundreds of thousands all the way up to like tens of millions.
Tens of millions of balloons.
Some will be carrying sensors, some will be carrying communication.
Literal Reddit poster. Dude, this is tiny Elon Musk. Tiny Elon Musk was like, yo, bro, what if robot, what if car self-drive, give billions? So he's just tiny Elon Musk. What if future warfare, very sci-fi? Can I have billion now, please? Can I please have billion? And that is a capitalist contradiction that will end up serving the Chinese really, really well. Because in China, the fucking central government, who directly owns all the weapons they're trying to manufacture, wants the guns and the drones and the planes and the tanks to do their job really, really well. It's not managed by the inefficiency of the market. While the military-industrial complex of the United States, same like everything else, is ran by the market and will therefore very often give itself to corrupt, let's call it, private enterprises that are just going to siphon out the money and give them very shitty fucking weaponry, right? Because the main motivational factor, the profit, is not generated by building up the greatest product anymore in capitalism. It's by giving the biggest and most pitch to potential investors and then delivering 1/3 of that. So Chinese military-industrial complex, utility. American military-industrial complex that utilizes the private sector like this just leaves itself open to manipulation by said private sector. which is going to lead to, in comparison to the Chinese, lower quality, quote-unquote, products. Isn't that funny? Isn't that an incredible contradiction? This is so stupid, I got super monkey. Those balloons are done for. This dude is like, well, just swarm them with deadly drones. In the meantime, the Chinese parade showed anti-drone swarm laser tech. Absolutely, dude. Literal fucking lasers.
And some will be carrying like decoys to get you to waste your air defenses.
So, Americans, don't pay your taxes to the American government that is just going to give that money to this kid. Right? Instead, pay your taxes here on Ugopnik Twitch and support this anti-American communist talking masked head. 20 gift subs, Westerners. This is how much you owe me. 5 gift subs, rest of the world. Pay taxes where they're not going to hurt anyone. Pay taxes because I am going to drink them or I'm going to invest them in other anti-American communist propaganda. Okay? Not into drones that might one day land on your wedding or your children's wedding. The IRS of Ugopnik Twitch thanks you for your consideration. Subscribe now. Give me money instead of the American government. There we go. Money for me, not for the American government. Even though both gifters, thank you Icepick and Northbound Train, thank you very much, both from the developing world. You see, the Americans are saving their money for their drones. No 20. No even 10. 10 is for American minorities. Because we're fair. We're doing woke race science here. It's unfortunate. They want to give money. You want this kid to receive more of your money than me? That is absolutely unhinged. That is objectively unethical. You are a very bad person. Oh.
So saying, hey, yeah, come shoot these down. It's going to cost you a pretty penny to get up here.
Exactly.
Mach Industries is just one of a whole new field of defense startups hoping to transform the defense industry. For over half a century, companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon have made up the backbone of next-gen U.S. air defense and missile capability.
Dude, this is a chatter said this the other day. This type of company is just a continuation of the Zaraification of everything. What is Zaraification? It's selling you a product that looks very similar to a high-end luxury product, but making it affordable by cutting a lot of corners. So Boeing and all of these motherfuckers, evil demons, but they're creating these massive, impressive technological leaps of, how to kill a motherfucker. And alternatively, markets like what this kid is trying to create is Zaraifying said Boeing. It's making it affordable, and it's concentrating on making it fast fashion. Quantity. So unironically, in capitalism, you will have what Squill Pig is saying. But I'm very serious. The enshittification of the weapons industry. Because the further we move into late-stage capitalism, the more American politicians get bought off by different industries, including the military-industrial complex, the less likely they are going to be caring about the quality of the weaponry being produced, because they are putting profitability in front of nationalism, in front of patriotism, even in front of their, imperial outlook. It's quite hilarious, isn't it? That's why it's a snake eating its own ass. That's why the capitalists will sell us the rope we will hang him with. The contradictions pile up and pile up and pile up until it breaks under its own weight. It's beautiful. That's why Marxism is so good. It's so fucking good. Because you can see it develop in 4K in front of you. Theory constantly being proven in praxis. I work in the test and measurement space. Stuff used to build these evil things as well as good things. And I can definitely say that these military companies waste a ton of money with us. Thank you very much, Cheddar. Thank you very kindly for saying that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Try and be, even if it's the private sector, which I think is a very small part of the Chinese weapons manufacturing, but try and be an executive of a weapons manufacturing private enterprise in the People's Republic of China, and then trying to fuck over the party by siphoning money or by not delivering on just how explosive the weapon you're supposed to develop ends up being. You will literally just get shot. Like, no joke. Like, you will get shot. You will just get fucking killed. Well, these guys are just going to get more investment because at this point they're too big to fail. And they got connections in Senate and everywhere, in the Pentagon. And they're like, oh, we've already put $300 million in this 21-year-old kid. It's not looking good. We got to put in another $400 million. Otherwise, we're going to look stupid. Meanwhile, the Chinese shoot you, and then they send one of their generals to operate the Enterprise. And then they make rocket very big, go boom. Watch me, I'm doing it. I will not get shot. So yeah, in a weird way, this kid is based that he's stealing money. Imagine, but he unfortunately is not, because he literally works for the Peter Thiel cult. You know what's beautiful? This. Oh yeah, you guys have done an incredible job. You guys have done an incredible job on Vplays. I haven't checked it on chat in a second. Very, very good shit. Very, very good shit. And I love that there's a Palestine flag next to me right now. Not oh, but you kept the Enver Hoxha, of course, on top of the fucking owl. Oh, we got Bulgarian friends in chat. Fuck yeah, this is beautiful. We got Albanian friends in chat. Very nice. We got to this day, I don't know who made Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder is 10 out of fucking 10. We got the OG merch. Who are these older anime gay gentlemen right here? What are they supposed to mean? I'm kidding, of course. You go chat. Let's fucking go. There was the program listener that doesn't watch the streams. During one of our Patreon hangouts, he's like, guys, look at what I found. And he's like, I was browsing Chattanooga, and for some reason I saw all of this shit. It's crazy. Why are guys posting your stuff in east of Chattanooga? Do you guys know anything about this? And I literally went mute on the fucking voice chat. I'm like, you motherfucker. You know how much effort, work, and labor has been put in by my beautiful chat to develop this? You motherfucker. Fucking no stream watching motherfucker. Ay. Almost booted him. Keep your fucking donations. That's Enver. I am the original Bob. Yes, you are, my friend. Bob the Builder. Bobby the Bill. Oh, we got Polska Polaku. Very nice. Didn't see the Polska before. I love how Balls just wrote his shit on top. We got some Hassan representation here. Very wholesome. Very nice. Chat. This is the best representation of chat, in my opinion. Oh, I just noticed you added the trans flag on this flag. That's sick. For those of you who want to contribute, here is the link. You're very welcome to always help out. The reason it's in Eastern Chattanooga is because of an inside joke about Chattanooga on the D program. It's very nice. Squeal Pig, good job. Very, very good job, guys. We have Zaza on there, I saw.
But today, mock and disruptors like Andril are focusing all their efforts on laying the ground.
Wouldn't mind a sub. I'm poor as fuck and want to be a child soldier. Absolutely. That's what you're supposed to do. Remind the motherfuckers that ain't paying their tax, especially from the West, to pay their fucking tax so more people can be subs. Motherfuckers ain't paying. There you go, Jen. Jen, thank you very much, Jen. Jen already paid her tax. Jen literally already paid her tax and now gave another gift. Well, all the fucking white straight cis dudes. I'm starting to think that there's literally just no white straight cis dudes. Like, I'm the only off-white straight cis dude in my own show.
To mass produce.
This chat is the opposite of Ben Shapiro. Instead of 97% men and 3% other, here it's the other way around. 99% other and 1% men, and it's just me.
Produce deadly
I'm a dying species. Jesus Christ.
autonomous systems from land, sea, and sky.
The way I see future defense looking is actually a lot more like the automotive industry, where every year you're essentially coming out with new models. These things are being refreshed on a 6-month to year-long cadence as warfare changes, and then your timelines for development are months instead of decades. But hopefully,
Oh, fuck the environment. Am I right? We should print out drones the way we do vehicles.
even weeks.
He's hoping soon they'll have factories like this one spread out by the
Absolutely.
thousands.
Yes, I think a big thing for us is decentralization, is designing products that you can make in very rudimentary, very small facilities. You don't want one factory that if you go to war gets taken out and you lose your industrial base.
Big plans for a new kind of mass production. And for the 21-year-old who dropped out of MIT to start building all this, the future is coming faster than we think.
I'm actually very optimistic in the military doing the right things to procure the right systems. And so we're way behind right now as a country. That gap is widening every day, and it's kind of a make or break next couple decades.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
21-year-old child is gonna teach us how to kill each other. It is very nice. It is lovely. I like it very much.
We will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement.